The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, I'm Donta.
And hey, I'm Dana.
And welcome to the Donta Show.
What's up, Village? It's your boy Kwame, the man with the plan behind the stands. I'm going to go ahead and make this quick because some of y'all got mouths and be talking mess in the comments and saying that the intro commercial is too long. So, I got something for you. Here we go. Let's get into it. Before we bring out these awesome kings, I need you to stop what you're doing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Ma'am? Sir? You? Yeah, you! Whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I need you to go ahead and share this live stream. Donta and Dana didn't get all dressed up for you not to share their melanated goodness. So share. You share everything else up in here. Share some quality content for your boys. Now that we mentioned YouTube, are you subscribed to the Donta Show's YouTube? Oh, you're not? Oh, girl. I'm going to need y'all to get it together. Join the village. Go over to www.youtube.com/Donta Morrison. And when you get a chance, head over to Dr. Morrison's. That's right, your boy got his PhD. Head over to Dr. Donta Morrison's website, www.dontamorrison.com, where you can learn more about the man, the myth, the legend known as Donta. And while you're at it, grab some TDS merch and his books. Yes, purchase those smutty books filled with smut. Grab The End of the Rainbow and Yesterday Clarified. And last but not least, head over to the company that put this all together, Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing an innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 52 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 60 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to PMN. Pyro Media Network is a network that makes you feel at home. So if you have an idea for a show, podcast, or need some professional video and audio production for your business or brand, then join the Pyro family today. Go ahead and visit www.pyromedianetwork.com and we will show you how to go to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome my brothers from another mother, the dynamic duo, the melanated kings themselves, Donta and Dana. Let's get it. Let's go!
What up, family? What it do? What it do? What it do? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the second edition of the Dante Show for the third week in April. Third week? Yeah. I am glad to have you here. I pray that everyone is in good spirits and that you had a great, awesome, fantabulous day on today. And if you did not, I hope that watching tonight's episode would cheer you up and bring a smile to your face. All right. So go ahead and start inviting your friends, your family, your cousins, your loved ones all up into the show on tonight. Let's get our laughs on. Let's get our education on. And let's support tonight's guests. You know, I'm all about supporting Black entrepreneurs, and Black filmmakers are no different. So tonight I got a phenomenal writer, producer, director, actor, you know, the whole thing when it comes down to it. So just go ahead and get ready for tonight because it's all about entertainment. We're going to talk about entertainment, talk about filmmaking, talk about making movies, you know, not the ones you watch on OnlyFans, real wholesome family content. We're going to talk about that on tonight. So go ahead and get your libation, settle into your seat, and let's do it because it's another round of the Dante Show. So, listen, as you are all gathering in on tonight and as you are all getting acclimated to the show and you're coming on, I want to talk about something that has been a source of contention within my household for the last 13 years. You know, so I've been with my partner for 13 years and we bump heads. We bump heads on this one topic, on this one situation. So I posed a question on Facebook. Now, normally I don't share my personal business, you know, that happens in my household with the public because, you know, we're not Will and Jada. This ain't the real table talk. You know, what we do is what we do, you know, but it's starting to boil over and I don't want to mess around and end the relationship behind this confusion, behind this situation, behind something that is honestly is quite trivial. It doesn't make any sense to me. And it's something that's easy to unpack. And it's also easy to adjust. And I know that a lot of people were raised up wrong. They're raised up believing that things should be a certain way. And they don't have the bandwidth or the you know, just the thought or the willingness to change. And oftentimes we put ourselves in these situations, we put ourselves in these mindsets that will trap us in and will bind us and will make us just follow, you know, every wind and doctrine that will lead us down this path of confusion and embarrass us. Quite honestly, you'll just be embarrassed. And I think that it's time to I'm doing this to save my household. I'm doing this to make sure that those that reside in this house, you know, that we're all on the same page, because there's nothing worse than a house divided. And if you are in a relationship, you know, that has the potential to be divided over a misagreement or a misunderstanding or a disagreement, I think that it's good that you are able to air it out. You know, just air it out and let folks know that we're going to change this because we got to get this right because it doesn't make any sense. All right. So here's the question that I want to pose to you. And you who are out there that are watching, this may save your household as well. Because if you have the same problems that me and my partner are struggling with, this may help you. So I'm going to ask this question and be honest. All right, be honest. Kwame, ask the question. Is it soda or is it pop? That may sound trivial to you. It may sound like something simple, like something small, like something extremely insignificant, but it's not. It really is not. And I think that it is time that we unpack this. I think that it's time for us to really just get to the bottom of the confusion. And I know that people are saying, well, you know, well, down here we call it this, and over here we call it this, and bliggity blah blah blah. But let's just call a thing. Let's just really unpack it and say what it's all about. Because for the life of me, I don't understand why people just are so dead set on calling it what it is. You know, it's soda. It shall always be soda. It's gonna be soda until it can't be soda no more. And for anyone to think that it's not, I question your motives in life. I question where you come from. I question how you look at the world. I question how you navigate through certain spaces. I question your understanding of things. And that's the part that really bothers me and it hurts me. So I don't wow. So let's just take some let's just do this. Let's just go. Let's just look at what you guys think about this. So I'm looking at the comments and And so I got Sean Degree Hill. It's soda, damn it. It's soda, damn it. Ahmad, soda. Thank you. It's just soda. That's all it is. It's soda. Brian, I've heard people say soda too, and then they add the water behind it. It's soda water. It's soda water, but it's soda. It's just soda. And here comes Eddie Eason. Here comes Eddie Eason. Pop. Pop is what you do to someone that crosses the line. You pop them in the mouth. You pop them across their head. Pop is what you do to a child before they touch the hot stove. You pop their little hand. Don't do that. Tink tink. Pop. It's pop. Pop is not something you pull out the refrigerator and do this and pour over ice and all that. Pop. Yeah, Brian, yes. Pop is a genre of music. Britney Spears, pop princess. Pop. That's what pop is. Pop is not something that you wash down a hot wing with. Pop is not something that quenches your thirst. Pop is not something that you pour into a glass. You don't mix pop with anything. It's just stupid. Right. Thank you, Ahmad. Pop, lock, and drop it. Pop. Period. So all of my soda people, I need you to weigh in and help me understand. Right. Thank you. Pop goes the weasel. Pop goes the weasel. Okay, now here comes some validation from my frat Randy. Here he comes. The carbonation pops. So is that where y'all get this from? Because the carbonation is making all the fizzy bubbling sounds, and that's why it pops. So okay, so we got one person that's trying to justify why it's called pop. Thank you, Randy. The carbonation makes it called pop. Pop. Thank you. My pop is daddy. I call my father Pop. Hey, what's up, Pop? I don't care. What's up, soda? We're going to end this now. We're going to dead this tonight. If you're living in the Midwest, I saw Joe McClain over there on YouTube. If you're living in the Midwest, and if you're stuck in ignorance, I'm just going to call a thing a thing. If you're stuck in ignorance and you're stuck in a belief that something as simple as soda could be referred to as something called pop, we're going to dead that. And I'm going to ask you right now to check yourself, check your motives. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, why do I call it pop? Why do I call it pop when it's really soda? Let me go get a nice cold soda. When I go to the movies, let me get popcorn and soda. When I go get some pizza, let me get a slice of pizza and a can of soda. Soda. It's soda. So we're going to dead this. And after tonight, I don't hear nothing else about it. After tonight, I don't want to revisit this. I don't want to bring this back up. In my household, it's going to be called soda. So Eddie, whatever you got to do to get yourself back in order or get yourself back on the right path, it's called pop. It's called soda. So just so we know, Randy, we're not gonna get disrespectful. We don't tell folks to shut up and don't get in your feelings, Randy, because you're wrong. When people when they get called out on their foolishness, when they get called out on their ignorance, they want to resort to just hostile. So shut up, Ahmad. Ahmad, you don't have to shut up, bro. It's soda. So Randy, you don't want this smoke. You don't want this smoke. See, y'all, see Randy getting this. Joe over there getting this. I got frat brothers here. I got Joe Mack over there on YouTube getting this feelings. There's no soda heads are not smart at all. See, now y'all go to belittling people. Because it's nowhere around it. It's nowhere around it. So basically, what y'all are saying is the Midwest, quote unquote, y'all choose violence because y'all want to go with this whole pop thing. Jamaica, yes, it bothers me that much because Eddie will say, "Go get me a pop." What are you talking about? You want a bowl of cereal, Rice Krispies? What are you talking about? Get you a pop. Oh, I need a pop so I can belch. You need a pop so I should sock you so you can belch. I understand. Get you a soda. Get a soda so you can belch. Drink the soda real fast. I understand. Eddie, Joe, Randy, you Midwesterners, y'all choose violence. I don't get it. But y'all be great. Go off. Y'all do you. But for the rest of the world, the civilized parts of America, we say soda, and so it is. Ashe. We'll end it right there. All right. So that's it. I feel better. I feel better. I feel better. So Randy said some places call it soda pop. That's people that are on the spectrum. They're on the spectrum. They can't figure it out. It's like folks that put sugar and salt on their grits. I don't understand it, but I let them be great. They're on the spectrum. They really can't find the place to land. They can't find it. So I say, you know what, y'all, do you? Sugar and salt on grits. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Well, it makes it sweet, and that. Okay, I don't get it, but that's fine. That's fine. So I'm just saying, pick a team. Right. Yeah, Amat. It's like people that mix their food. Yeah, you give them a plate. They got the greens, the mac and cheese, all stuff. And then they get there and they just mix it all together, making some goulash like they in the K unit of jail. It's like, what's wrong? Why are you making a spread? Just keep everything separate. Why are you putting everything together? Because you want to eat it faster? I understand. But here we go. All right, had to get that out of me. Had to get that off because I want to just put it into that. So just so y'all know, we on the West Coast and the civilized parts of America, it's soda, and we're done. All right. So if you have not followed the Dante Show, please do so on YouTube. It will cost you absolutely nothing, and you might get a free soda from doing so. So go on over to youtube.com/Dante Morris and click that subscribe button and become a part of the village. The village meets every Monday and Tuesday, and we talk about a whole montage of subjects. We cover spirituality, relationships, love, sex, liquor, and all that kind. We just go all over the gamut, and we talk about all things to really empower and better the Black community, better the Black mindset, because the Dante Show is all about Black. I'm Black, and I love talking about Black things because Black people, we don't really have a lot of platforms. We can just dive in, and it's interactive. I try to have a very interactive show because I love that. And I also love pushing and promoting Black entrepreneurs. So if you are a Black entrepreneur and you would like to be a guest on the Dante Show to promote your product, your business, your album, your book, and I've had some phenomenal artists on this show. We had Nico Anand. If you guys watch the Pank, P Valley, Uncle Clifford, Nico was on the show before P Valley even came out. We've had Karamo Brown, we've had Mickey Howard, we've had God, what was the guy? I forgot his name, but he wrote Woke, and Woke is now in season 2 on Hulu. He was on the show. Tonight is no different. Tonight's guest, you guys better keep up with the Dante Show because I'm pulling them out, but then y'all be sleeping because, well, who are they? Just wait, watch and see. All right. So, tonight's guest is a phenomenal writer, producer, actor, director, and he has a show called The Real Reality. And The Real Reality is coming to Pyro Media, and there's going to be a phenomenal show just talking about the real life issues that people are dealing with every single day. Randy's still talking. Rise up, pop. Yes, Randy, you can come on the show. Randy, I honestly want to have you on my show. Whenever you are ready, let me know. I don't know why I've been too scared to ask you, but whenever you want to come on my show and promote Rise Up, please let me know when you want to come on the show and we'll make it happen. But back to tonight's guest. Larry Ulrich has done a lot of phenomenal things in Hollywood. He's also educated. We went to Pepperdine University together, but I knew him before that. But he's educated, he's talented, he's skilled, and he's all about giving back to the Black community and getting messages out there that's going to really help us elevate. All right. So Kwame, I don't know if you want to do the commercial for The Real Reality first, or do the beat with the spray can and brick wall to bring Larry on. Whatever you want to do. But the next person you're going to see on screen beside me is Larry Ulrich. Kwame, handle it. What it do, man?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I like the background. It's nice.
I try to do what I can do. I try to look educated. I try to look a little scholarly. So you are back. This is your second time on the show, bro, and I'm glad that you came back. The first time you were on the show, we were talking about your short film that you were trying to prep for the Oscars, and get that out there. So I don't know wherever you want to begin because you got so much going on. I want to make sure we cover it all within the next 30 minutes. So where do you want to begin, Larry?
Yeah, you know what? Just to touch back on that, and really quick, I'm from Texas, so we call it soda water. I know we country down there, so y'all got to forgive us. I don't know where the water came from, but we just go with it. But
Oh my goodness.
I know, but the film has been doing well. We ended up getting accepted on Vivica Fox screening room, and I actually shoot with Vivica on Monday. But I'm still waiting on the premiere date. But I'll let you know when the premiere date is. So I'm assuming they're shooting us first, and they'll edit it in and everything. But you'll be able to see it. Fox Soul has been around for a couple of years. It's a streaming network. And yeah, you just download it on you can do it on Apple, you can do it on Google Play, and yeah, and just see all the programming. So they're looking to change things up. So I'm excited about that.
Bet. So just catch folks up. What was the story about? Because I think it was a powerful story that needs to be told. Well, remind folks. I know what it's about, but remind the
Yeah.
viewers.
Yeah, it was about an 11-year-old with Down syndrome, and he had the goal of competing in the Special Olympics. So I was also in it as well. So I played his drug addicted father, who was kind of in his way. And yeah, so the film was great. I don't want to give away the ending, but again, I'll let you guys know the dates, and when the dates come, please make sure you watch it. But it's a very heartfelt. We've had some premieres in the past, and definitely the Down syndrome community, some of those like special needs communities, special accommodations communities, they have reached out to support the film. So it's been doing pretty well.
And why did you pick that community? Because it's so touchy, and oftentimes we don't hear stories about people with Down syndrome and whatnot. And I knew someone very close to me that had Down syndrome, and trust me, folks with Down syndrome ain't what you think. Don't count them out. They keep up, they about it. But what made you decide to use that community as the focal point of this short film?
Well, it's exactly what you said. No, it's like nobody cares. We see them, we just write them off and assume they can't, they won't, and they don't. And you're right. Like the lead actor I cast, he memorized his lines. It's like he had a photographic memory.
Mm.
People may see it as a disability, but I feel other senses are enhanced. And the
Mm-hmm.
way that he memorized his lines, he memorized his lines, he memorized my lines, and the other stars. But yeah, the story is never told. We see them, but we don't really know in depth. So
Right.
yeah, I just felt it was great to tell the story.
I love it. I love it. And now you're on to something else, and the real reality.
That's right.
And the thing about the real reality is it's not new.
No, we've been through a couple drafts, and them little drafts was a little rough, but we getting a little better.
Right. And I think that's the beautiful part of this whole experience, because when we first started hanging out, you were talking about the real reality, and then you even filmed me, and that was like, man, that was years ago. And
Years.
you
We
kept
had a
saying,
bad
Dante,
camera.
I'm doing this because we got to talk about the real issues that folks is dealing with, and yada yada. And you just kept going. And I'm like, okay, well, where's that? I know
Right.
you released a few episodes, and they were good
Yeah.
because you have this speaking voice, and you gave the whole, real first 48 bass talking about the intro. So what's going on now with it? What's happening?
Well, thanks to you, because you've been an inspiration in the Pyro Media Network. I got that right, Kwame. But they will be producing the show. So basically, the show will cover, it's neutral ground. So you're going to see a little bit of Democrat, a little bit of Republican. So we're going to ride the middle. You're going to see local news, what's happening in LA, what's happening in the city of Compton and Long Beach, maybe in San Fernando Valley. And you'll also get a little bit of national news as well. Then we'll deep dive into what is the real topic, the real story at hand. And listen, that ranges from relationships. You and I both in education. I'm gonna teach people how to write scripts. How do you pitch? How do you formulate a pitch deck? So it's like a learning vessel, but also kind of newsy, but a cool way for you to instead of watching this corporate, stiff, robotic way that we're used to seeing on mainstream media. This is a little bit more laid back and a little bit more interactive.
So how is what you're doing going to be different than I guess the TMZs and all that other kind of stuff that's out there saturating, channels with, I guess, updates and whatnot.
Well, the good thing is being under Pyro Media Network, it's not to where it's so corporate where you have big sponsors that are telling you what to say. You're not really censored. So you're getting the raw story, and it's not story necessarily that we're hearing on TV, but it's story that we're seeing people post. That's the beauty of social media. You can just pull out your camera and now we can really see the story. It's not fabricated. There's nothing added to fit a Democratic or Republican theme, but it's real. And that's the difference. We're not under an umbrella. We're just telling it as raw as it comes.
Is it specific to a certain demographic?
You know what? It's for all folk. We're going to cover things from school. Think about like charter school, public school. What's the difference? What's best? We even cover, I have friends. It's funny. I talked to my mom today. She said, baby, once I retire, I want to go to a senior citizen home. Listen, that's a story. We're both financially stable. You are, Donta, and mine too. What do you say when your parents want to go to a senior citizen home and you're like, no, you come stay with me?
Mm-hmm.
But that's real situations that we all deal with. What do you do in that situation?
Right.
So it's taking stories of all ages and combining it to where everyone can relate to it.
And I think, like you just said, and it's also important to highlight, well, it's called the real reality. It's kind of highlight the real stuff that's happening. Oftentimes we're saturated with so much fluff, the things we really need to see or learn more about. It's just overlooked by all the other distractions. And that is also the new word we're hearing now. It's a distraction. But we're going to take a break and I'm going to come back and I'm going to ask you, how are you going to make yours competitive? Mm-hmm. Because it's a lot of distractions out there and people want to watch stuff that has the violence, the media takeouts type situation. How are you going to make yours something that people are really going to flock to? So we'll talk about that after this promo.
Many people come with all these stories and different ideas because they hear it from another source. But I always ask the question, what's real? I'm Larry Ulrich, and I'm the host of The Real Reality. In The Real Reality, what we will do, what you will find is we will highlight social justice issues and provide you the practical tools to address them. So make sure that you watch Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'll see you on screen.
Okay, you gave sultry.
That was good. That's the first time I saw it. That was good.
So the real reality, is it going to be something that is just you giving commentary? Or are you going to be like actually interviewing people?
It's going to be a little bit of both. Talk again. I want to go back. So talk about local, national, and even international as well. I think there's a lot of stuff going on that a lot of people don't know about overseas, but you're going to get a mix of me speaking directly and eventually bringing on guests. Yeah, and the guest is going to range to where all people can relate to the guest. And again, I want to get away from that whole corporate interview style. It's going to be more of a conversation. That way it's relatable to everyone.
I love it. So I posed the question in the thread, and for those probably watching on YouTube, you didn't see it. So I just asked, Village, what type of news would keep you engaged? Because right now when I turn on the news, literally the first 10 minutes is all about death, murder, and mayhem. Mm-hmm. And then the next 10 minutes is about the pandemic. And then you get a little drizzle of sports. and you'll get some weather, and then you might get a story about a cat that was saved from a tree. But the news now is really, it's sad, it's weighty, it's draining. And not saying that they should not be reporting about some of these tragedies, because we still need to be in the know about what's going on and how to keep ourselves safe, but it's not balanced. We're not getting anything to uplift us and motivate us. So Village, what do you want to hear about on the news? What type of news would keep you engaged? Bridget said focus on some good news. Share some good stories, some stuff that'll make us kind of at least have some hope in humanity. Anything pertaining to happy and healthy. Look at that. Look at that. So Larry, basically people are saying they want something that's going to just liven them back up again and not keep them in just this ho-hum space. Kyrie Sinaj said news about our community. We need more Black news.
Mm-hmm.
We really need more Black news, and not news about the housewives or Candy's new restaurant.
Right. Right.
We need news, for us, by us, about us, because we're not hearing that. We don't get to hear about the Black scholars, that are making a difference. We don't get to hear about the Black entrepreneurs that are creating and just being ingenuous with all kind of stuff. Randy said the actual truth. And you talked about that, Larry, just the real reality, because there's so much stuff that's glazed over and we get sound bites, but we need the actual truth. Let us decide what we can palate versus that. So go ahead, Larry, I'll let you chime in.
No. Yeah, that's a good point. The actual truth. And again, not being influenced by corporate greed. I always ask, with the audience, what is the immediate need? What do you need right now? I know a lot of times, for example, did people know you get a $44 credit on your gas bill? Check your gas bill. You should have gotten a credit. If you didn't, this is the website you go to. That's an immediate need. Another immediate need is, do you know about first-time homebuyers program? We're going to talk about that you get $11,000 down. All you need is the 680 credit score. This is the website. This is where you click. This is how you apply. It's just not me glossing over, there's this program out there. No. On the real reality, we're going to go to the website together. We're going to click on the same link together. We're going to fill out the application together. So that way everybody go line by line. It's just not me throwing fluff on the wall and just trying to come up with some good stuff, but actually leading you through to benefit you. So yeah, you're gonna get a little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say that. I mean, you touched me with that, because I know that a lot of other social media commentaries, they'll give out the information and say, yo, look, there's opportunities out there for you. This place is hiring, go here, go there. But then we have to remember, everybody does not have the mental bandwidth to follow through with certain things or to understand the process. And I love how you said, so listen, if you got this low credit score, but you got $11,000, you can get a house. We're not only going to show you how to do this, we're going to walk you through the steps. Like, okay, turn to page 2.
There you go.
Sign your name right here. Turn to page 3. Box 4, check yes or no, that type of thing. Because we don't have that. We don't have places that give folks true tutorials on how to succeed. Everything is a click on this website and watch this video and then pay me $1,000 and I'll help you out.
The problem is people, they throw these opportunities on PowerPoint slides. They give these buzzwords, but again, there's no follow through. And I think a lot of times we go through the motion, because a lot of people need the viewers, a lot of people need the accreditation, and a lot of folk want to come to the Black folk because they need to show they've come to us so they can continue grant funding coming, but they're not truly helping us. What are you providing us? Give us details. We need details. We need specifics, and we need outcomes. Where are the outcomes? The PowerPoint slides are pretty. The buzzwords are beautiful. But what are you really doing for us? And that's what the show will cover. Quit depending on these folk coming in the neighborhoods, telling us what we want to hear. No. Let's do it ourselves, and this is how you do it.
I love that. I love that. So this is going to be you navigating the show, and you also having special guest experts that we can trust.
Yeah, I have you. You're going to be on there too. We're going to get you on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna make it.
May probably didn't tell you yet, but you on that stuff.
I love it. I love it. But I do think it's important. Now, what are some of the obstacles you foresee? Because I know it sounds great and phenomenal,
Yeah.
and we got folks rooting for you right now on the thread. But what are some obstacles that you see?
Some obstacles may be guessed. The show is starting, and unfortunately, you deal with people. Well, if it doesn't have so many viewers yet, comments yet, it's maybe a waste of my time. So, and that's okay. But between Kwame, between myself, I think that we have a good database of folk that would definitely come on the show. But it's definitely getting folk that are there to teach and not to be just heard. You know what I'm saying? Because people want to get up here and tell you what you need to do, but when you get to the details, they really don't know what they're talking about. They sound good, but they don't know how to take you there.
Preach.
So you got to get folk that's really gonna take you there.
And that's good. And I think a lot of us have fallen victim to that we have sat in these whatevers, waiting to get empowered, and they give us a really feel good message, but you can't ask no questions. Because the minute you raise your hand, oh yeah, brother man, we're gonna get to you later. Oh, right, we're out of time. Yeah, but I got a question about what you're talking about, bro, because there was some gaps in what you were saying. Now if you don't know your stuff, just say you don't know it, or where you are limited. But don't hustle me. We tired of being hustled, because black folk, we can see through a stunt in a minute.
Yeah, it's true. And listen, and hey. A lot of us are learning. You better do it yourself and quit waiting on these folk. You got to get out there and make it happen. Just listen. You got your show. Mine is starting next week. Nobody came to us and say, "Hey, Donta, guess what? I got a show called the Donta Show. You should host." You like, nope. You wrote it on a piece of paper. You started it, and it is what it is. And listen, that's where I'm trying to get to too. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I think by you saying that, I hope and pray that encourage others who are watching, because I always say there is room at the table for everybody, because I think everybody has their own audience.
And you know what, Donta, and I'm glad you said that, because we're going to do a show called this, and I'm going to give y'all a little teaser. The topic will be, I want you to do good, but not better than me.
Wow.
Well, Kwame, make sure you write that down. So that's going to be one of the topics on the Real Reality. I want you to do good, but not better than me. And it's a reality that we face, right?
Yeah.
We wish the best, but if you get a little bit too high, we have to, hey, slow down a little bit. But why do we do that? I mean, what's the fear?
All right, Larry, don't say no more. Let's go to a quick commercial and come back and unpack that further, because I think what you just said, I think that is going to motivate a lot of folks that are watching on tonight. So I want us to unpack that a little bit further. Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Real talk, 30 seconds.
Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 72 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 135 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to Pyro Media. Pyro Media Network is a space that makes you feel at home. So if you or someone you know wants to make an impact, then contact PMN by visiting www.pyromedianetwork.com and we will take your production to the next level.
So before we went to break, Larry talked about basically, I won't say crabs in the barrel because that's so cliche, but just talking about the fact that we all have space at the table. We all have a seat at the table. And if you don't see a seat, go grab one and pull it up to the table. I'll scooch over and let you sit down because I believe in the power of community. And I hope and pray more people get that same spirit because we really should not be battling each other. Especially as Black people, we should not be battling each other because each of us have a gift or a talent that the next person may not have. And my approach is totally different. And I see a lot of folks on here who I respect immensely who are watching, people that I have just sat back, I've learned from. I've been on their shows or their platforms, whatever. I've just watched them just grow. They've helped me grow. People like Benjamin Evans. Benjamin Evans, wrote a book about being a Black gay clergy. I'm Black gay clergy, but I didn't write a book about it. So why would I get mad at Ben for having a book? Because Ben can reach people that I cannot reach. I can reach people that Ben cannot reach. Thais has a phenomenal show. And folks have honestly inboxed me and say, why your show not more like Thais's? I'm like, because Thais does Thais and I do Donta. And there's no hate between us, no envy, no jealousy. And now that the real reality is coming, which is the name of your show, why would I be envious of Larry having a show, that's going to really dig deep into the realities and what's going on in our community and how we can better each other. So it's like, come on, and people want to pit us against each other. They want to pit us against each other, and we sit back looking like, but we're not enemies.
Yeah.
And
too, Dante, good point. And we have to learn too, once we grow up that ladder, how do you successfully, and even on a healthy tip, how do you bring people up? A lot of times we don't know. Do you introduce them to the right people?
Right.
Do you make sure that that nobody's going to take advantage of them? That's part of bringing them up. How do you invest properly?
Mm-hmm.
Stop watching these YouTube channels of folk you don't know. How do you trust somebody you do know? That's part of bringing people up too.
And then the thing about it, with all these different approaches to the same topic, wouldn't it be amazing if all of us one day got together and did a panel discussion, just talking about how we are being successful in our own lane, without competing, without snatching somebody down, without this, without that. That would be a beautiful, beautiful way to show that you can do this. We can all do this. Whatever your idea is, launch it. If God gave it to you, that means He wants you to do it. So launch it. And like you said, you started the Real Reality months ago, years ago. And it went through all these different phases to 2022.
Yeah. But guess what? You got to keep it going. You can't stop. And there was a lot of break between, listen, we went through Pepperdine. We took a couple of years off, focusing on school.
Right.
But eventually finds its way back. So that's how you got to listen. And, we're both believers. We both have Christ in our life. And, when those signs and those opportunities come back, you have to snag it and just do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I like and Ben is commenting. Ben is talking about post-traumatic slavery disorder, PTSD. Get that book. I have it. It's a great book phenomenal read. And it really unpacks a lot of stuff that we're currently doing and the why we're doing it. And yes, we're intentionally taught not to work together or trust one another. And being not to go too deep, we all know where that started. We know where that started and we know why that started, because us coming together, we can deconstruct so many systems, if we just came together.
And I would ask Ben, how much does he think social media play a part in that statement he made today? Because Donta, and that's another thing we'll talk about on Real Reality. You see these posts, and it goes back to this point. How do you know? You see these folk smiling, taking these pictures, and then the next week they divorce. It's like, what is going? What is the deal?
Or even worse, have committed suicide.
Yeah, anything. But yesterday you posted a picture saying you're living your best life. What is all this about?
With your man.
Right? But you got it. But that's the deep part. You get the likes in this hand, you get the comments in this hand. What do you do with it? You can't go to the bank and cash it in. Mm-hmm. But now that you got them, how does it really make you feel? Does the circle keep going? What happens? When does it? What are you really searching? So.
And I've also noticed, and I shared this with somebody else, and social media has its pros and its cons.
I agree.
It has its pros and cons. But I know one of the cons about social media is that it has hindered people's desire to really check in on their loved ones. Because you'll rely on social media. Well, I saw my cousin, they living their best life, or I saw my friend living their best life. But when was the last time you really checked in on that individual? That you really just picked up the phone and called a person. I know Kyrie Sinaj, I used to always clown him because he would just be sitting on the phone talking to folks because he's a phone person. He loves to just sit and talk on the phone. But I'm like, well, I'll just click like on their picture and say, okay, I see you doing good, like, and I'll keep on going. I ain't got time to be talking on the phone all day. But Kyrie is a person that literally can turn on the radio, pick up the phone, and sit and talk like the mama in Fridays. That kind of love and that kind of spirit. And I think that social media has made everything just so quick to say we did our part to check on someone.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, even when folks share bad news, we'll click the care emoji and keep going. Well, I saw your post, I click care, or we'll type in my condolences. Yeah, but you didn't even call, or nothing.
Right. Right. That's a good point.
God dang, you put my condolences and that was it. And you on to the next one, laughing and joking off a funny thread that you saw, but I'm over here grieving and going through in the fetal position on the floor, but you put my condolences or praying for you. No, you're not.
Yeah, and the thing is, I stand with you. If you stand with me, come on over here and let's talk.
Right.
I mean, come on now. It's just ridiculous, listen, but I'm sure when you mentor your students, like you say, social media has its benefits, and I'm sure your audience can weigh in. Branding, self-branding.
Yep.
And you get to catch up with folk you ain't seen in a while.
You
ain't
do.
nothing wrong with that. Don't nobody read no Yellow Pages no more. That's a little country and old.
Right. Ain't no Thomas Guide out there.
Ain't nobody got. What was it called again?
The Thomas Guide for your maps.
Thomas Guide. Oh man. that was yeah. I was probably about 2 or 3 on that.
But you also said something else, Larry, that I think is important to bring up.
Uh-huh.
You said that there is I don't want to say not a fear or an aversion to supporting the people that you know.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, I know that you're about to launch the Real Reality. I've launched the Donta Show. We got the Thais Report. We got all these other shows that are on Pyro. And it's funny that the people that know me don't even know I have a show. Don't even know I wrote 2 books. But you know me. And I look at, you about to launch your show, and it's like, I wonder how many folks that actually know you are really going to support you. And I think that is the hurt fulfilling. And Thais, you can weigh in, and other Pyro shows that are watching can weigh in. Do your friends or the people that you thought knew you do they support, or does that when you really see who has your back?
But Dante, I think it starts with this. We all can sit around a table and talk, and we have dreams. But it's very difficult to get over the fear to actually make it happen, to make that first step. And when you look at people like with your show, even with my film, even with the reality coming out, what it does is it calls people to look in the mirror and self-reflect. Because now the talk is not as attractive as it used to be. Because now the person sitting at the table that really didn't do as much talking is actually out there doing the work.
Ooh.
And it's hard to really see that because now the question is reflected on you. Well, we talked the other day, how are you coming? And people flee. It's very fearful to get out here and do the work. Because listen, we fear folk not going to like it. Oh, okay. Listen, we fear people are not going to like it. We fear people are going to talk about us. We just fear all this stuff. And always remember, you put content out there, somebody's going to like it. Somebody's going to watch. And let me say this, when people, it's funny, we see ourselves doing the work, but people kind of see us going up the ladder. And, it gets very difficult to accept you seeing something different because I think people has created boxes for us. And the boxes that are created for us are comfortable for them, and it has nothing to do with us.
Larry, man, woo-hoo!
and that's the problem. And when you exceed that box, it's very difficult for friends to support, and they flee. But guess what? It's just part of growing up. Listen, as old as we are, we're still growing up. We're still learning. Our cup is running full, baby, but we can still put more water in there. Don't stop.
Wow. Listen, if what Larry just said hit home for you, go ahead and put some hearts, put something in the comments, do something.
My shit. Yeah, my shit. Yeah, see.
Now I don't know who that was, but I tell you, brother, we with
Larry,
you.
that was something. You said they put you in a box to make them feel comfortable, and when you step out of it, they flee. Bruh, that was benediction.
No, it's true, Dante, and that may be why some of your friends are like, "No, I haven't seen it." No, they've heard of it. Because they see you on Facebook. When you post, folk know what you're doing. They may not comment, but they watching and they listen and they reading. Now, if you would have said, oh, you know what? I didn't get this. Oh, it's okay. You're going to be all right. It's okay. But the moment, guess what? Oh, we got 1 million followers. It's crickets. But guess what? Those that are with you are supposed to be with you. And always remember that.
That's something. You said, oh my God, Pyro just dropped me. What? You didn't even Pyro, but you what?
We pray for you, brother. We here for you. Well, if you're here, watch my show,
Right, you didn't watch my show.
Yeah.
When I kept saying I need to get like to 2,000 views, to make sure my show was kept, you never clicked subscribe. You never clicked that you liked it. Now that I didn't reach my number and I'm dropped, you want to take me out to eat. I don't want to go eat. I'm sad.
There you go.
I want to hang with you.
That's true. That's true.
Man. And I think that, and it's kind of confirmation. Everybody on the thread is typing that most of my supporters are from people I've never met in real life. Bridget Paku just said, I launched my website, and most of her orders are from people that she don't even know. They're strangers. And I think that speaks volumes. And I even remember when I wrote my first book and I dropped it out, I'm thinking I'm gonna like just sell out overnight because I had all these friends, all these followers, and I'm looking like, wow, y'all don't want to buy it. I got over it because I'm like, well, the ones that did get my book, and I was getting people that bought my book on the East Coast, most I never met, inboxing me, your book, really helped me. It changed my life. Oh my God, I can relate to it. I'm like, well, I don't even know you, So Ben just said only 5 people out of my 10,000 family have ordered my book. Ben, I can relate. I have family that do not have my book. never asked about my book, never thought about reading my book, never congratulated me on having a book. I have family that never congratulated me on getting any of my degrees, so Ben, I get it, but Ben, I guarantee you, and you already know that your book is changing lives, bro, and it is reaching people that would not have been reached through any other means outside of your book.
But I will say this, Dante, even with Ben watching everyone else, they may not read your stuff. They may not support you the way you think, but they know where home is. Because when something happened, they know who to call to get stuff done. Come on, somebody. They know. They ain't going to go to the family member, that cousin, that everybody getting out of trouble. They're going to come straight to you.
Right.
So the respect is there. They may not have. There you go. Because if something happened, they know they're going to call Dante because he's going to take care of it.
Oh, reliable and have.
And listen, no matter how they talk about us, we still do the right thing and we still help. You ain't bought my book, you don't watch my show, but you know what? Hey, come on over. I got a plate for you, man. We got some food.
Right. Come on. Just come on. You man.
See, Benjamin, come on, man. You know what I'm saying, Benjamin.
You own it. You're right. And it's just the heart of who we are. And so many people that are watching, I know these people watching, a lot of them I know personally. So I know their heart. I know the spirit in which they do what they do. And you are hitting the nail on the head. And I know for a fact that, if you call us, all right, well, you kind of, all right, but come on, how much you need and you hungry. So come on here, because we just have the heart for people, which is why we do what we do. Which is why Thais goes live and shares information, which is why Kyrie goes live, which is why Ben wrote a book, why Bridget does what she does. We have a heart for people. And, it ain't always reciprocated, but we stay blessed. Period, point blank.
Yeah.
So Larry, your show airs when?
It airs this upcoming Wednesday at 8 p.m.
So tomorrow?
Oh, no. Sorry. Next Wednesday. There we go. Now I don't know about this picture, Kwame, but we're gonna work on the picture a little bit.
It looked real Star Trek Enterprise. That blue.
That's all right. We'll take it. I like it. Yeah. Streaming every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Starting next week.
I mean, so all right. So every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Facebook Live and YouTube. The Real Reality. What's your first episode about? Can we get a teaser? If we can't, that's fine. If we can't, that's fine. But we'll tell folks to tune in.
We'll tell folks to tune in.
All right, tune in next Wednesday, and I'll make sure to push a reminder out next Tuesday on my show for folks to tune in next Wednesday on Pyro Media for The Real Reality, with The Real Reality hosted by my bro, Larry Ulrich. It is going to be every Wednesday on Pyro Media Network's YouTube page, Facebook page. So check it out. This has been a phenomenal conversation, Larry. You have motivated me. You've affirmed me. You've blessed so many of the viewers on tonight. I pray that everyone got something on tonight that's going to keep them motivated and remind them that it's already in you. So just do it. It's already there. Just do it and step outside the box that people have put you in. Let them be dumbfounded by your success. That's not your fault. That's not your problem. You just do what you're supposed to do. So Larry, one more time, let folks know how they can reach out to you, contact you, and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. So you can contact me on Instagram. It's Larry Ulrich _. On Facebook at Larry Ulrich. And remember, The Real Reality starts next Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network. I know, Coleman, I get it right. So you can watch it live, and I believe on the next day, you can go to Facebook and Instagram to watch it, and also to have a YouTube channel, Larry Ulrich.
Love it. Thank you, Larry, for being a guest on tonight. I appreciate you, man. And I'm going to be checking out The Real Reality next Wednesday night, along with all of the other villagers, just watching and supporting. And the Thai squad going to be there. The village going to be there. And that is Pacific Standard Time, right?
Correct. Yes.
8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yes. All right. We love it. Thanks, Larry.
Thank you. See y'all later.
Yo, y'all, that concludes tonight's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to the Donta Show on YouTube, youtube.com/Donta Morrison, youtube.com/Donta Morrison. Listen, y'all heard the whole conversation on tonight. I'm asking you, if you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. I ain't gonna beg, but I'm begging. Just kidding. So follow me on YouTube and follow me on Instagram, Donta_Morrison over there on the IG. Just check me out, become a friend, become a follower, become a fan. Whatever you do, I appreciate it. I love you for it. Village, you have been riding with me since day one, and I cannot thank you enough for always being here. Everyone that watched on tonight, thank you for your input, your guidance. For those that are still trying to debate whether it's soda or pop, know this day that it is soda. We're going to move forward into a soda-infused world. The word pop is not going to pertain to a beverage. It's going to pertain to how you physically interact with someone, but it is soda. Thank y'all, and I will see y'all next Monday night right here on Facebook Live and YouTube. Just please make sure to be safe throughout the remainder of the week. We all know we're still in the midst of a pandemic. Don't know what these numbers are doing, but I'm tired of COVID. I'm tired of this war. I'm just tired, but let's do our part to just stay safe. So stay safe. God bless, and I will see you next week.